Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in this market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer, y'all. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. But if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at AMD. We closed at 214.90. Interesting that we made this 207.25 low on Friday, right? So support, I had support here at 208.36. We broke through that, but looks like we bounced from there only to have trouble again here at this 224.49, right? So where are the trouble places as of now? That 224.49 is a rejection area or resistance area. Support was around the 219.89. I'm going to mark a level. Why? Because something held us up or stopped us in this area here before, right? So price was here, 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 and here. So something is holding us at that 221.49 area for AMD. So back to the upside again. It needs to break back above the 224.49. If we should break that area, again, something held or stopped us in this area, 226.81. Should we break the 226.81 for AMD today, 230.17 and breaking that level, 233.48. Should we break that, we could possibly have trouble, 234.89 and breaking that level, we can say around the 236.47. And should we break that for AMD, 237.75, breaking the 237.75 area today, we could possibly have trouble, 240.87, right? So if you're trading AMD today to the upside, those are possible areas of resistance. Now to the downside, let's say we break under this 221.49, we could very well come back to this area, to 19.89, and you see that's really close to this 200 EMA, right? So on this 30-minute chart. So if we should break that level, we could very well come back to around this level, 217.98. If we break this 217.98, we can come back to the ATR trail and stop 217.05. And should we break that level today for AMD, 215.16. 215.16, should we break that level, 212.48 and breaking that brings us back to 210.34. Breaking that 210.34, we can come back to 208.36 and find support. And should we break that, we could very well, come back to this 207.67, right? Because that's what held us up here before, right? So if you're trading AMD today, those are possible areas of support and resistance. Again, not financial advice. So we are now looking at Meta. We closed at 705.30. It looks as if we kind of like came down. Let me see if I can point that. Yes. Well, we came down, found support at that 692.50. We kind of knew we could possibly have trouble in that area, right? So where are the trouble places for Meta as of now? We came up, got rejected here at this 721.13. So that is a resistance area for us. And we can use this as a support right here at 714.53. So should we break back to the upside, we will need to get back above this 716.34, 717.04. 717.79, 718.63, 719.08. And should we break that, I have 720 as a resistance area. Breaking that brings us back to around the 720.76. And should we break that, we could possibly have trouble, 722.15. And again here at 722.93. Breaking that 723.81. Those are possible areas of resistance for Meta today. Now, to the downside, let's say we break under this 714.53 area, we could very well come back to the 712.86. Y'all see we bounced from here, right? So that was a support area for us. We were here. We were kind of close here. We came through it a little bit here. So is that going to bring us back to decline? That's something to be mindful of, right? So breaking that 712.86, 712.03, 711.27, breaking that level for 711.27. We can fill in this area here around the 710.89. Something held us up. 1, 2, 3, 456. So that 710.79 for Meta to, is an area of support. Breaking that, we could very well come back to 709.86. And should we break that, y'all see the ATR trailing stop is right where a level we have marked. I love to see that 708.80. Should we break that, 708.27? So if you're trading Meta today, these are possible areas of support and resistance. Again, not financial advice. Should we break this level, 708.27, the next level, 706.90, and again, 706.48, not very far away. However, breaking that, 705.50, those are possible areas of support and resistance for Meta. Now, I said often, y'all, in this market, anything is possible, right? So we are now looking at NVDA. Let's see, we closed at 183.16. Seems like we've been kind of like trading in this gathering spot. As I like to say, support is around the 187.37. Resistance, we can say, is here at 190.02. Now, if we want to break that on a smaller scale, let's go back, right? So we can still use the support area here at 187.37. Resistance as of now, 188.23. Back to the upside, we will need to break that level. 188.92 is the next level of resistance, which is here. Should we break that, 189.28, 189.60, 190.02, 190.44, 191.04, and here at 191.30. Breaking that 191.30 for NVIDIA. Anything is possible, right? 192.20. Keep in mind, we could very well get stopped out anywhere in this area here. So if you're trading NVIDIA to the upside, those are possible areas of rejection or resistance. Right now, back to the downside under 187.37. Keep in mind, we've been held up here and this level here. That's a support area for us. Let's say that, right? So 187.37, breaking that level. For NVIDIA, we could very well come back to 186.85, breaking that level, 186.23, breaking that level, 185.60, and should we break that, y'all see that ATR trailing stop, 185.22 is right at a level. I have 185.16, very close, right? So love to see that. Breaking that level for NVIDIA today, we could very well come back to 184.48 and breaking that 183.99. Now that 183.99 area, there's a few layers of support in that area. So when I say a few layers, it really is. So breaking the 183.92, 183.74, 183.44, 183.05, and breaking that 182.56. Now breaking down to there, that's where price was here. So should we break those levels, the next level, 182.56, under that 182.14, not far away, 181.99, 181.53. Those are possible areas of support and resistance for NVIDIA. Keep in mind, y'all, I look at support and resistance on a smaller scale. Why? Because when I'm in the trade, I kind of want to know where my possible trouble places are, right? So we are now looking at Amazon. Amazon is an inside day candle, and it looks as if, back to the upside, if by chance we break above this level here of 223.86, we have an upside target today of around a 228.76. Now to the downside, looks like we've already broken through that. Yeah, Amazon, I didn't go back and remark my levels. Let me see if I can go to yeah. So this is one of those cases to where, okay, I should have taken some of the lines off. That was a future. Okay, here we are. So for Amazon, if we should break above 223.86, then the upside target was at 228.66, and to the downside under 221.91, downside target 220.75. See, there's ways to figure it out, right? Sometimes I don't go back and take those colors off, and it showed today, right? So again, Amazon is an inside day candle. If you're trading Amazon today, I say trade carefully, right? So we have another inside day candle, GDX, and we have broken through that trigger 5. No, there it is, 76.62. was the trigger to the upside. 79.40 is the target. Y'all see we're right at a level we have marked here. So if you're trading GDX, it is an inside day candle. Now to the downside under 75.04, downside target here of 74.48. So if you're trading GDX, it is an inside day candle. Let's go see how much it normally moves per day. $2.22. Keep in mind, y'all, that could be in either direction. So GDX is an inside day candle. GLD is also an inside day candle. Y'all see we've already reached that target pre-market, right? 370.42 was the trigger target to the upside. 373.19. Now if you're trading that or charting that, we can go ahead and mark that level here. Why? Because price has been trading in this zone here, right? Now back to the down, that is the zone that we've been trading in. If that's something that you trade or chart, I would say those are levels that I will mark as support and resistance. Again, not financial advice. Now back to the downside, if we break under, let's say, this 365.35 downside target today, 362.77. So if you're trading GDL, it is an inside day candle. Let's go see how much it normally moves per day, and keep in mind in either direction, $5.14. That is the ATR, or the average true range for that stock. J&J is also an inside day candle. Let's say above this level of 192.10, upside target 192.17. Now to the downside under 189.80, the downside target was 189.70, and as you can see, we have made a pre-market low thus far, 188.63. So we have definitely already reached that downside target for J&J. Again, not financial advice, y'all. So if by chance you're trading PATH, P-A-T-H, it is an inside day candle today above 1864, upside target 1877, to the downside under 1684, downside target 1619. And let's go see how much PATH normally moves. $1.14 per day. Again, that is in either direction, so I say trade carefully. PPL is also an inside day candle above 37.47, upside target 37.61, to the downside under 36.94. We have a downside target 36.89. Let's go see how much PPL normally moves. 56 cents per day. Not really a big mover, but if that's something that you trade, I say it often, y'all, trade carefully. SLV is also an inside day candle, so we've already broke through that trigger. 46.01. Target was 46.39. Looks like we can mark this level. 46.83 is the high thus far. So that's the zone that it's trading in right now. Back to the downside. Can we move down? We very well can. Breaking under 44.85, which puts us under that 200 EMA. We could very well come back to 42.76. Let's go see how much SLV normally moves. $1.29 per day. Keep in mind, y'all, that's in either direction, right? So I said often, y'all, trade carefully. So let's go look at the SPY today just to see where we are. It's interesting to see this chart look like this, right? So we made a high on Friday of 673.95, only come back down to this low, and it is after market at this time at the 646.42, but we can see that it is moving sideways. So let's go see if we can get this a little bit visible, right? So as of now, support was or around the 659.63. We can say the resistance on a smaller scale, 661.04. So back to the upside, we could possibly have trouble 661.38, 661.75, again here at 662.04, no, 662.40, and should we break that level, 662.77, breaking that 663.41, 663.90, should we break that 664.55, 664.89, 665.46, 665.85. Those are possible areas of resistance for the SPY today. Now to the downside under this level of 659.63. Y'all see we've come here before, right? So that 659.11 breaking that brings us back to around the 658.51. What's interesting is this is our 4 o'clock candle. Y'all see how we came down to this area here. So under the 658.35 would be interesting, right? So should we break that 657.59 and breaking that, the ATR trail, and stop 657.07, should we break that today for the SPY, 656.65, and should we break that level, 655.57, breaking that 655.57. I have 654.81 as another level of support, and should we break that, 653.94. What's interesting as of now with the SPY is this creating a bear flag for us. That's something to be mindful of here. So if you're trading the SPY today, keep in mind, I said often, y'all, in this market, anything is possible. Market levels, once it goes against your why or your reason for getting in the trade, get out so that we can live to trade another day, right? So we are now looking at Tesla. We closed at 413.49, and as you can see, we had a high here of 443.13, only to come down to a $400.56 low. And yeah, that was after hours here. Looks like we bounced from there to a level, y'all see, we kind of knew we could possibly have trouble. So this is our rejection area. That 425.39 is a resistance area. Support as of now, somewhere around the 420.39. So from that 420.39 to the 425.39, that could be the zone that Tesla is trading in as of now. So I like to say where the trouble places, right? Back to the upside, we will need to break this 425.39 or the 425.70 area. Should we break that, 426.43, 427.26, 428.01, or that 428.60. I remember that, 428.60. Breaking that, 429.99. Y'all see the 200 EMA is around the 431.33, which could fill in this area here. So should we break that, we could possibly have trouble 432.22 and breaking that, 433.50. Should we break that level, 434.54, and if we break the 434.54 area, 436.19. So those are possible areas of resistance for Tesla today. Now back to the downside, under 420.39 at 419.71. Something held us up in this area here. I need to mark that. Why? Because it was there for a while in areas, let's see, right here for Tesla, around that 418.62 area. Could come down just a little bit, but as you can see, prices here. So breaking that 418.62 area or that 418.35 area for Tesla, we could very well come back to around 417.54, 416.56. 414.99, which is not far from that ATR trail, and stop at 414.66 area. Yes, so should we break that for Tesla, 413.75, and breaking that level, we could very well come back to this 412 area here. Should we break that 412, y'all see something held us up in this right here, 410.01. Should we break that, 407.89 area, breaking that 406.57, breaking that 406.57 area for Tesla, which is about here. We could very well come back to 404.80 and breaking that 402.54. Breaking that brings us back to this $400.56 area. So if you are trading Tesla today, I say it so often, y'all, mark your levels. Once it goes against your reason for getting in the trade, get out, right? So, this is what I see when I look at the market. There's so many different ways to trade the market. And again, what's challenging is trying to figure out the strategy that works best for you and for you to have the discipline to execute your plan, making sure that you have a plan before going into the trade. But I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very productive day today. Again, if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others. Until next time.